All right, we are alive. And let's make sure everybody is aware. As always, if you're watching the replay, skip 4 or 5 minutes ahead. That's when we will officially start. Just waiting on everybody to come in. Let me ping everyone, just in case. All right. Whoever's in here, if you can hear me, let me know in the chat. Sweet. How's everybody doing? And let me know if you can hear me. Oh, whoops, that's the wrong channel to alert everybody in. There we go. Let me get rid of this before I go live. Move the screen over. All right, for those who just came in, we're going to start in 3 minutes. Just going to let everybody come in at 7:05 or whatever 5 minutes after is wherever you live, so we can all get this information together and on the same page. For those who are in here, as always, hit the like button. You know, little thumbs up icon that says 0 next to it. Let's click on that so we can turn that to 0 to at least 5. Sweet. All right, we got we'll start in 1 more minute and then we will go from there. Whoever's not here for the live is going to miss most of the nice gems. Actually, let me make this note before I forget to mention it. Uh, cool. Excuse me. All right, so before we officially get started, I got 8 people in here and only 2 likes. So I'm going to need at least 50% participation before we officially start, or I will gladly wait here until we do. So for those who are in here, just hit the little like button, little thumbs up icon. That's all I ask for. Give me participation, give me likes, and you'll get free, not advice, but you'll get free classes to help you get better. All right, I got my 4 likes. Whoever didn't like it, you can definitely continue to like it though. I would appreciate that because that helps the algorithm and get more people to get to the channel that I can definitely help. All right, so as always, my name is Advent. I am not a financial advisor. Any information that we go over in today's class or any of my content or material is not financial advice. It's only for educational purposes. Trading does have its risks, so please do your research before you engage in trading. And with that being said, we'll start. Before we actually do get into the trades, I want to just mention a few things. Let's see. So I haven't been necessarily clear, or I guess to set like, I don't want to use the word boundary, but more so when we get to the Q&A section of like specific classes, I would ask that the questions stay relevant to what we're talking about. So like in the last class that I had, we were going over the strat and how it pertains to futures. And people were asking me like what contracts for options I choose. Not knocking them because again, I never set that precedent. So I just wanted all of us to be on the same page. If we're going to be talking about strat and options, you know, let's try not to go and talk about futures if the class is about options, because I don't want to get off topic and I want to keep it in line with what the topic is. So if you guys do ask me a questions that's not tied to the topic, then I'm just not going to answer it respectfully. Second thing I want to go over, just want to give some people their flowers. Shout out to Jordan. He's in my group. He got his first payout from his prop account, which he's been struggling for a while to get. So shout out to you, Jordan. It took him a good amount of time to get here. Super proud of him. It's been a great journey since when I first started with him. But hey, here we are. Remember, and the way he did that, for those who are wondering, he followed his rules. He followed his trading rules, his trading plan, and that's it. He passed his eval, got to the payout threshold, and got his money. And that's trading. You know, once you know what works and what doesn't, you just keep on doing that. You know, and it took him a while to get the payout. But remember, that's the biggest thing when it comes to trading, which is patience. Because people want to pass the eval tomorrow and then get paid next week. But what people fail to understand is that, you know, the money is going to come from you following your rules and you following your trading plan. You're going to have red days. That's normal. I have red days. That's normal. But you want your red days to be a lot less than your green days, of course. So I just wanted to mention that. I was going to go off on another like mindset tangent, but maybe later on I'll do that since I want to get to these trades and respect your time since we're here for a limited time. Also want to shout out one of my new students. Don't want to say your name because I don't know if you want to be me to say this publicly, but shout out to him. Started working, what was it, last Thursday? Gave him some assignments to do after our session. He completed the assignments promptly and had his, what was it? Almost made 5 figures this week. Shout out to you, sir. I'll keep it anonymous, but great job. Remember, put in the work, put in the study time, Listen to what your mentors tell you, and you'll be great. My greatest students always ask the most questions and they followed my directions. The ones that decide to hire people and still go their own route, I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense, but hey, follow the guidance that people give you and you will do just fine. Anyway, that's enough for the flowers. Actually, I'll give flowers to one more person. Shout out to Kia. Been doing a fantastic job in taking her profits, securing her 100, 200% gains on IWM on options. So shout out to all of you. It'll always celebrate yourself. Don't forget that. I know I sarcastically clapped, but that was a real clap. I just don't want to clap too loud on this. All right, let's get into the trades, which is what everybody's here for. Let's share my screen. Can you guys see my screen? Let me know if you can see my screen so I can start talking about this stuff. Where's my mouse? Ah, Mr. Omari that decided to join the RTY club finally. All right, let's zoom in here and let me try to remember the trades that I took today I remember the trades I took. I can't tell you guys exactly the full details of why I took it since I'm limited to what I can talk about certain things when it comes to futures. But let's go to RTY. I have to get rid of this. Let's go to the 5-minute. And let's go here. Cool. And let's go here. Awesome. All right, so for YM today, the trade, I pretty much took what, like 2 trades, I think it was. I took 3 trades. I took a retracement setup this morning off the 15-minute time frame. Was it the 15-minute? No, the 30-minute, I think it was. No, the 1 hour. That's what it was. Yep, so I had a short sitting right here above this wick. And then news blew through my stop and stopped me out. So that was a quick negative $150 haircut that I took because news killed me. Reminder to myself and for whoever takes those setups of mine, take it after the news drops, not before it. Because we can see as soon as the news finished, that thing freaking died. What was that? That thing died 150 points from my entry, which is what I was anticipating to go back down. But I was early to the party. I did get a second entry that I didn't take because I don't like to double dip into trades. That was the first trade I took. So I started off with a loss. The second trade that I took, I didn't see anything really good at open. So I waited for a bit. Once we came down into this area, with the fibs that Trust taught me, there's something specifically that's in that area. And I was looking at RTY and YM. And RTY reversed up from that specific area. I took it long on RTY down here. So when it triggered 3 up, it came out of a specific area, and I went long and caught a decent amount of points, and I took it off around this area. For YM, RTY did move up first, and YM triggered up as well out of that zone that I was looking at. So I went long near this area here on YM, and I took this up. I got in what? I think it was like 44 or 45. Yeah, 39545 around that area. And I took it off pretty much on this candle. It hit the target that I was aiming for, which was this wick or this candle right here. Generally, I would hold the move for longer, but this specific setup is a little different than what I usually take. So I took it off there for a quick 40 points or so on the, what, like 10 minutes later when it triggered on that. So that was like a nice $200 trade. And then I took this one on RTY up to this area. So I got in at 2035, got out at around 2040, 2041-ish, around this area. So pretty good trades. Can't complain. I pretty much stopped trading futures after those trades. And then the other trade that I took was on NVIDIA for options on the 4-hour time frame. So this morning, we opened up and we triggered short first. Personally, I don't like to short a strong move like this. Like we have a big candle and then a small candle and then we have a decent fair value gap here. And just in general, I don't like shorting like the 312 down. I wouldn't take that because I've noticed that usually when there's a big 3 candle and then an inside bar and then it triggers short, it usually gets bought up immediately, and that's usually a loss. So I usually just ignore that and leave it alone. On Monday, though, I would definitely take this short to the downside if it triggers a 312 down. But essentially, all I did today was once it went 3 up and it broke our long levels that we had on the watch list, I had my first target up here, which it pretty much hit right away. And I got a nice little 32% gain pretty quickly. So I was happy with that. And then it came back and stopped out the rest of my position. But still, easy, simple trade. Let's see, what else? We did have a nice W. I didn't take this trade because I was pretty much done after that other trade that I took off over here. Actually, no, I lied. I took another trade. I just remembered. I had a specific level in this area. No, right here. Wait, was it here? Hold on. I have to... why is... There we go. All right, let me draw something real quick so I can make sure this was the area that I took it at. Give me one sec. It was yesterday. Yes. All right. That was in that area there. All right, cool. So yeah, I took a short near this area for another quick. I had a target, I think it was at 3,924. So I shorted at about 3,9648 or 47, one of those, and then I took it down another 20 points, and then I was completely done with futures after that trade. But yeah, we had another nice W here. I didn't take it, but some people were telling me that they took it. For those who know about the W, you would have entered in right here. As soon as this candle reverses to the upside, so you would have entered in. Actually, let's go on trading view to see this a little cleaner. So you would have pretty much entered in right here on the higher low, reversal to the upside. Your stop loss could either be right here, under the bottom right of the W, or down here, depending on what your risk tolerance is. So you would have entered there. Your first target would have been the center, which is 15 points. That's $75 per contract. The completed W would have been over here at about 35 points. That's 175 per contract. But as we can see, it kept on going higher, retraced a little bit, and then, went even higher than that. So whoever took that, great job. I didn't take it, but still a good trade. Any questions before I start going over everybody else's trades that's related to today's session? And if there are no questions, then please post your trades that you want to review and you want to go over. One thing that I would ask is that when you post your trades, if it's going to be an options trade, just tell me the strike price, the expiration, and obviously the ticker, and what you paid for the contract. Because some people are like, hey, I traded Tesla today and I went long. I'm like, all right, that doesn't really tell me anything. When did you get in? What contract did you choose, etc. The more information you give me, the better I can help you. Mike took the 212 down on YM. Oh, that was a nice trade. I'm actually salty that I didn't take it. So Mike took the 212 down on YM. Did you take it electronic hours? No, it wasn't electronic. Let me go to Thinkorswim because I don't pay for futures data on TradingView, and the candles are off. There we go. That's what I was looking for. So Mike took the 212 down on the 4-hour of YM. Whoever was in the class on Saturday, this is exactly what I was talking about. Where if it hasn't triggered the direction yet on the higher time frames, then you're set up for a great trade. So he went short right here, 39628 under that level, and it died 100 and almost like 130 points. I'm not sure how much you took off on that trade, but that was a really nice one. So let's see. So you would have went short here. I think the first 5-minute candle gave that 100-point drop. Yep. So at market open, you would have went short pretty much on that first candle, and then immediately died down. What is that? 628 to 54. That's about 80 points. I'll definitely take that in 5 minutes for YM. I'll tell you that. Mike said I froze. Probably the connection got choppy. Did everybody hear what I said, or did the stream freeze for anybody else? Cool. Yeah, great trade. Super simple. Like I said, if you are going to be trading strat on futures, you want to take generally higher time frame trades, and also the easy trades. You don't want to trade any difficult setups. Any other trades that you guys took that y'all want to go over? Resource for strategies. Vuthian, I'm not sure what that means. If you like resources in what sense? Like I have an entire playlist for the strat on my channel. Do you mean resources beyond that? If you guys can be more specific, like setups to look for, If you go over my original strat video, I mentioned it there where Rob Smith mentions pick 2 or 3 setups and then go from there. You can focus on 2-1-2s and 3-1-2s. That's a good start. And then you can explore and see what you prefer. Of course. And yeah, so and just confirming if you didn't go through the strat material in the strat channel, definitely, or the strat playlist, definitely check out all that material. If you are in my group or any of the other groups that I support, well, not all of them, but some of them, they have a I have a whole strat section in my group here, and other groups that I'm in that I learned the strat from and that I support, they should have one as well. Rose said, I did not see another TTO with IWM before I stopped trading at 11, so I didn't trade. I'm happy to understand everything you mentioned, though. Definitely, Ro. And a little reminder for everybody who's in here, we have 9 people and we have 5 likes. Whoever hasn't liked this video or the stream, please hit the like button so we can get those likes up and get the algorithm to push this out more so more people can view this and get to their financial dreams, amongst other things. Can we ask technical questions about trades today? Definitely. You just have to give me the trades that you took so we can go over it. Or if you ask me the specific question, I can better say yes or no if you give me more specifics. Thank you for the likes, whoever just did that. We're at 9 people and 7 likes now. Fantastic. Yeah, like Omari mentioned, 2-1-2 or 3-1-2, that's really all you need. I was talking to one of my new students, and he gave a good example. Like, he's really into football. So like if he's playing football or like looking at football, football players have their playbook, right? Like the specific play. I don't watch football, so whoever does, you can roast me. That's fine. But like whatever moves or whatever plays they're gonna do for that round or whatever you call it for football, they have a playbook, right? They have a specific setup or what have you that they're going to do for that specific round. Same thing for trading. Once you develop your playbook, you're just going to be looking for those very specific setups, and that's all you're going to be taking. Like with the student that I was talking to today, once we went over our session and then, he went over his assignments and he got very clear on what his setups are, that's all he's been taking. And that's pretty much what trading is. Find out what works and only do that, and you'll be fine. Let's go to IWM real quick as Vor and the others ask their questions. So IWM. Great. Oh, whoops, this is not IWM. This is YM. There we go. So IWM, beautiful H/bearish TTO today at open. So like I always tell you guys, if I miss the initial entry off the higher time frame off the watch list, I'm just looking for a TTO. So on IWM today, we had, you could just pretend there's a big red candle here. We had the move down, we got the retracement back up, and then we triggered a reversal back down into continuity. So you would have went short right here, pretty much 201. My stop would have been up here above this wick, and then you just target these previous lows there and there. And then as we can see here, the first candle pretty much hit that target immediately. That's what? That's about a 35-cent move, which on IWM, I think that's like 20 to 40% on the contracts. And then it continued dying and completed the TTO right here at 241. So that's about 60 cents. Let's look at the contracts actually, so we can see what they moved like. Let's bring this blue, and we're on IWM. Let's see. So if the price was 201 when it triggered, I probably would have just done being Friday, I would have done a 3 DTE since I don't like trading zeros on indices or indexes. So I would have done an in the money contract for puts, which would have been 201. Let's send that to blue. And let's see. So we would have entered on the contract at 83 bucks, more or less, when it triggered down. This is puts, the contract on the right side. So we would have got it in at 83, 84-ish, probably 85 with the spread. At the first target here on the stock price, looks like it hit around 98 cents or 98 bucks on that first target. So that's what you would have made, about 15 bucks per contract at the first target. And then when it hit the second target over here, that was at about 10 o'clock. So on this candle here, it hit about 116. That is, does it tell me the percentage? So we got in here, and then we would have went there. 28%. Yeah, 28% should be. So 28% gain on the second target. And then it pretty much hit a peak of 140. So what's that? Actually, no, I think my percentage is off. 120. Wait, was that correct? Anyway, so you would have made about 30. That should be more, because if it's 83 and then it goes to about 117, 120, that's almost a 50% gain. Yeah, 40 to 45% at the second target. And then it went, it almost went 100%. So it went, 70, 85% at the peak. Pretty solid before it reversed back down. Good stuff. So yeah, great job on spotting that TTO row. The biggest thing is just screen time and just being able to spot them, and then we just execute, and that's it. Do you always set your take profit and stop loss on the underlying? How do you move up stops? I tend to move my stop really close once I'm in a lot of green and inevitably get stopped out, but miss more on gains. You always, I wouldn't say you always, but I put my stop loss based on the underlying, because that's what I'm trading. I'm not trading the option contract. I'm trading this chart and the stock. So if I'm going to get in here, then I'm going to, take my profit based on the chart. I'm not going to you never want to arbitrarily be, all right, I'm going to get in this position and I'm going to stop out at 15%, or I'm going to take profit at 20%. In my opinion, that's silly, because let's say you get an 84, the first target is 98, 99. That's about a 15 or so percent gain. So based on the chart, when it hit our first target, we would have made, actually not necessarily, because it kept on going. So you could have trimmed it at about $100 to like $107, which is about what? It's 8, 16, it's 20%. 16, about 25-ish percent you would have made on the first candle, just the first candle. Instead of like, I'm going to get out at 20 points just because. So you always want to pay attention, and not always, again, in my opinion, what I do is just get out based on the stock price. If the stock price hits target and I'm at 30% gain, cool. I'm going to take profit. And then I'll trim, and then I'll move my stop to break even for the rest of my contracts. And then I'll slowly go up. So in this case, if you got in at around 80, 83, $85 for IWM on this contract, you would have taken profit off at your first target. And then the rest of your contracts, I would have moved up to break even from wherever my stop was. And then I'll slowly move it up as it hits targets and stuff like that. I think in the last Trader Circle video or the one before that, somebody asked me this exact question, and I go into detail. So you can look that video up for more information. Do you use the ladder to set them? I haven't figured out how to put sell stop loss on the underlying itself. I don't know how to put a sell or stop loss on the underlying itself. I just look at the price of the underlying and then just look at the deltas and the Greeks to determine how much more or less I will lose on that trade, percentage-wise. If a trade will hit me more than 30% loss, I'm not going to take it. I'll leave it alone. Cool. All right. Any RTY 9:45 a.m. on the 5-minute rejection from a 5-minute bearish FEG? I wonder if that's the same trade that I was going to take, but was distracted by YM. Let's see. Oh, so yeah, pretty much what Omari got into. Hold on, let me bring up this. Green, that's not what I want. Yeah, so Omari got in pretty much on this candle up here, I would imagine, in this fair value gap right here. So he got in earlier than we would have with the strap. He got in around this area over here, and then he took it down. I'm jealous, sir, because that's a short that I wanted as well. Good stuff. And on RTY, let's assume that he got in at 2049. That one candle was about $450 per contract. Yeah, he got in at 2048. Whoops, there we go. So he got in here. Yeah, he got in here, and then he got out at 2034.32, which was pretty much down here. 24.34.2. So pretty much here, he got out. That was what, 14 points? Yeah, that's $800 per contract. Or, well, with the 2 ticks, $780 per contract. Fantastic work, sir. Lobster dinner on Omari for the weekend. All right. Any other trades that you guys took? Any other trades you guys want me to look at? If not, we can wrap this up. So the only people who traded today was me, Omari, Mike, and Ro. Nobody else traded today? Any other trades that you guys took that you want me to go over? If there's nothing in the next 3 minutes, then we will wrap up and enjoy our weekend. Took a Tesla call on the 1 hour break at 250, small gains. Could have been much more. Need a lot of practice on the technical side on executing and exiting trades. All right, Vor, I'm gonna need more details. What strike price did you choose? What did you pay for the contracts, and what did you do when you got out? Or what's the word I'm looking for? What did you pay for the contracts, and when did you get out? At what time did you enter in, and what time did you get out as well? So he said the 1 hour time frame. Rest in peace shorts on Tesla. Jeez, $50 in what? In the first to the 8th in 7 days? No. 4 days? Rest in peace to you shorts. Tesla shorts are non-existent. They went extinct with that 50-point rally. And whoever's still shorting that, you are silly, to say the least. All right, let's see. Man, you got a hammer on the 1 hour off of broadening formation? Shaking my head. That's a beautiful trade. Too bad I don't trade the afternoon. 12 is PST. So pretty much you got in around like 1:30ish, 1:30ish p.m. Eastern. Don't have the exact trade, but it was 0 DTE for $1. Well, I'm going to need the strike price that you chose. So if you can look through your trade history real quick and give me that strike price. You're at the gym. So I'm going to assume that you got in on this 2 up bullish reversal strat wise. What do you say? The top of that third to the last candle, that my brain just imploded when I read that. I'm going to imagine that your target was up here at this candle. But even then, solid trade. Otherwise, it was. I'm not sure if you have your broad information drawn, but I'll pretend that you do to give you leeway or to give you grace. So we got an actionable signal off of broadened information. We reversed that on the 1 hour. So if you entered in on that break, great job. My targets would have been this body, then the wicks, which the first candle basically hit the body and the wick. That was what, 247 to 249. Oh man, that would have been a nice one too. Then the next candle hit the second or third target, depending how you're looking at it. Man, that was a nice trade. Let's see what I would have chosen. So what was that trigger at around 247? Something like a 248 call. Well, in that case, 247.50, since there is no 248. Send that to blue. Why does it always stay on the old contract? Let's go to blue. Why are you still on IWM? All right, let's go to options and let's go to Tesla. Hello? So 247 call. There we go. All right. So we would have entered in above this level. And let's just see the exact time it would have triggered. So pretty much at 1:30 it triggered when the new 1 hour candle opened, which was right here. So you would have paid about 136, 140 bucks for that contract. Let's see. Let's mark out these targets real quick. And then target 1 would have been here. And then target 2 would have been there. And then target 3 would have been here. Let's do a little higher. All right, let's go back here. All right, so this was entry at 247.12, which was around here. So you would pay 135, 140 for the contract. Let's see, the first target hit at 1355 or 155. So pretty much around like 200 bucks for the contract, 190 to 200 bucks you would have trimmed at your first target. And that's what? Let's say 1.40 just to make math easy for my head. So 200 minus 140 times, it's what, 14? So 10%. No, whoops, I did this wrong. 200 minus 140. So that's 60 bucks. 14%, 10% is 14. That's 28. That's 20%. That's about 45% gain on the contract at target 1 when it hit 200 bucks. But here it hit 215. So that's about 50% gain on the contract at target 1. So 50% gain on target 1, 50% gain. The second target hit 10 minutes later on this candle. What is that? So about 250, 260. Pretty much almost 100% gain. The next candle hit 100%, but when it hit the target, that was about 255, 260. So that's about an 80, 85, 90% gain, if my math is correct, more or less. And then the third target hit at, what was that? 315. So that's about $318, $330 around there that you would have made on that contract. So 140 to about 314. Well over 100% gain on the contract. That's about 280, 10, 12, about 120% gain on the third target. Third to the last candle at the very top was my entry. So if I'm following correctly, you entered in on this candle at 1530. Oh yeah, he said PST. So that'll be around 3:30. In that case, then you got in basically at the top when it triggered 2 up at the last candle of the day. Personally, I don't like trading that late in the day. So you pretty much got the tail end of the move. I'm not even sure if that was a winning trade or not. But yeah, whoever got in at like 1:30, great trade. If you got in a little later, like over here, you were definitely late to the party. The move was pretty much almost done by that time. And I wouldn't really be trading zero DTEs when 30 minutes left on the market, personally. But otherwise, if you took the trade that way, how I explained it, that would have been a fantastic one. The one that you took, um, personal preference, not so much. It's the end of the day. You know, we have some selling here. We're getting some wicks. And you probably chose like an out the money contract, because if you paid $100 for it around this time, then you probably chose, yeah, I was gonna say like 250 or 250, 250 strike price, which is, it's okay, but the ATR is already almost at 100%. So you're not gonna get much more juice out of the trade or out of the stock, really, unless there's like a big catalyst. So, um, learning lesson. I wouldn't have taken that trade because it's pretty much in the day. ATR was almost at 100%, and I wouldn't have necessarily foreseen any big movement personally. I wish I had a crystal ball like Omari, but we don't all have that blessing. But yeah, otherwise, for next time, I wouldn't really get an out the money contract, especially zero DTE at the end of the day. To me, it's just not worth it, and there's more downside than upside unless you get like a really big like spike for whatever reason. But that's a little rare. It doesn't come often. Cool. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. All right. Any other trades that you guys took that you want me to go over? And if you're going to give me an options trade, I'm just going to type in the format. So strike price, entry, price for contracts, entry/exit price for contracts, entry time and exit time. For whoever just joined in, send me any of your trades that you've taken. This is definitely an ugly looking broader information. Type your trades in the chat so I can review them. I'll give it about 3 more minutes. If there are no trades, we will wrap up and go about our business. Thanks for stopping by, Ro. Enjoy your weekend. Well, actually, Ro, if you are still in here and you haven't left yet, send me your trades since we spoke. that a few days ago, or was it this few days ago, or was it last week? Whenever it was that we spoke, send me all your trades that you've taken since then. Calls above 118 for Nvidia. Also, don't send it today. Just whenever you can. No rush at all. Please enjoy your weekend, but at your most earliest convenience. This is Nvidia. All right, looks like there aren't any other trades for us to go over. Appreciate all of you guys for coming out and attending the stream. I will see you guys for the next one next week, every Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern. If it does help you guys to have it in other days of the week, just let me know in the comments below for whoever's watching this replay or for whoever's here, since I know people like to enjoy their Fridays. But hey, just let me know and we can definitely adjust since I do this for you guys. Cool. Thanks again for dropping by. For those who may be new to the channel, I appreciate every single like, every single subscription, and every single view. And also wanted to thank all of you. Reached 1,400 subscribers. Really appreciate it. Did not expect this would ever be a thing. So I want to thank each and every single one of you. Every single view, every single like, every single comment, and every single subscriber is greatly appreciated. Thank you guys so much. Really, truly appreciate it. And with all that being said, enjoy your night, enjoy your Friday, turn off the charts, and turn your brain off. You deserve it. Later, y'all.